Fast forward, you come over channel so Huxley AGH Politics Avenue. On your podcast or say training because we headlines near Jemre na EDB Exum over Hani Demian Broximus and AD Kanyam. The share so much subscribe to the channel, hit notification bell no so share na for friends or answer into me can be any Demian Broxium, Mr. Oxonia and Queen Sim, ye Queen Simma, Onia, ye Felix Fusukwa she na Enyasam Kotokra. Mampanyin spokesperson eno no ene kasa mo mampanyin onye ne pato na Metro TV so ena wone eye Paul Adom ochre akohia onia give and take wan kasa ochike hwe na Felix Fusukwache kasa efa eye galamsey ho ene wo kire se na nado dankwa Akuffo ado simpi so a obigina say ode wankasa wakonya wudi so mampan ebeto ho impose ho behia se wode beto ansa na galamsey eto atwa na fe ba na say de do mre bi ye di galamsey ho criminalities ho report e de brewa at the end of the day na ode a share eye o capital say na obo oni aguso obi bi report ahodo bebre a woni ho behia say ye behu ne yeko ene de ba na bantamu banga a enya asem koto akra yenhwe ni si o studio madase se wajimre ewa AGH Politics Avenue.
They engage in illegal mining. The CID investigates. And then you come on national television and say that the person who has been fingered in that CID report is innocent and do nothing. We came into power.
The CID report that we are looking for.
Absolutely. The Attorney General has based charges.
The current Attorney General.
Absolutely.
But you said Akuffo ignored the CID report. But when was it presented to him?
But why? No, the report doesn't have to be presented to the CID.
It
goes to the Attorney General.
But the Attorney General,
no.
Dami says he hasn't seen it.
Of course, but he would deny it, wouldn't he?
Oh, so you think he's denying it?
But why? Why would he deny it? Otherwise, what other explanation exists?
So you are sure that Dami received the CID report?
I'm saying that what other... First of all, when the government of the day commissioned investigations into... Did Akuffo not tell us that matter was being investigated? He told us. And then he came back to say that the investigations have found that he did nothing wrong. Is that not so? But I'm telling you that the CID had a report that the government was aware of, that they failed to act on.
And the former Attorney General was aware of it?
He knew it.
He says he's not aware of it.
If he didn't know it, then he didn't deserve to be in his position. Because why? How did this Attorney General know about the existence of a report?
Can you share that report? Is it possible?
It is not a problem. The point is that the Attorney
General... And the date on which it was done.
Paul, the Attorney General of the day cannot claim that he didn't know that a report like that existed. So, in fact, what they're actually saying is then that they didn't even investigate the claims against Amitama, which is even worse.
No, maybe you should call the Attorney General and ask him that. The government minister says you were aware of a report. He says I'm not aware of a report.
What you are saying has grave implications for the competence of the
Attorney General.
No,
but he's telling me directly.
No, so what you are saying is that as Attorney General, as President, there were such grave allegations of environmental terrorism against a party chairman whom you had given a lease to operate in a forest reserve, and you didn't investigate it.
No, you are saying two things. You see,
I'm not saying
you are a government minister. You are saying that there is a CID report.
I'm telling you for a fact that there is a CID report
which was given to the former Attorney General
2022
and handed over to the Akuffo administration.
Given to government, which they didn't act on.
Yeah, but no, please let's be clear on that.
So
given to Attorney General, government, Jubilee House, who got the report and did not act on it.
I'm saying that the government of the day, the Attorney General, cannot claim that he doesn't know about it.
He's claiming precisely so.
The implication of what you are saying is that he was not fit for his office. And that indeed,
but you have to inaction, that he got it.
By inaction, he was complicit in Galamsey. By inaction.
Oh, but that's unfair. That's really unfair.
I'm saying
that's really unfair.
No. Listen to my words carefully.
The Attorney General says he hasn't received any CID report.
Listen to my words carefully. I'm saying by inaction. I'm not saying that he's involved in Galamsey.
Why is the inaction?
The inaction is that there's an allegation. What he's saying means that he was not concerned. Okay? He was not concerned that a known figure in Ghanaian society, you even forget about the fact that he was MPP, a known figure in Ghanaian society, who had received a mining lease on the say-so of the president, had gone into the forest area, which is a protected zone, and carried out unlawful mining activity, which was deleterious to the environment. And he couldn't be bothered.
How couldn't he be bothered?
By what
you say he couldn't be bothered?
If he was bothered, first of all, he has the power as Attorney General. Why? Dr. Ayini. We woke
up talking about a dereliction of duty or a report that came to him?
It is He is claiming the violation of duty. But
I said he didn't receive reports.
But by saying so, he is claiming the violation of it was his duty to look into that matter. The same way Dr. Yini, when reports emerged that 2 NDC executives were involved in LMC, we woke up one morning, we heard him clearly direct Yoko to look into it. As I speak to you, Yoko is looking into the matter.
But that's what the civil society was asking President Mahama. That wasn't mentioned.
If you let me land.
I thought you had landed.
If you let me land. I'm not landed. Moro, the point I'm making is that there's a CID report that the government was aware of. They didn't act. They concealed it. And there's
but you don't have evidence of that. I'm sorry, Minister. You really can't say that.
No.
You have to provide evidence to the press.
Paul, what you are canvassing is even worse than what I'm saying. What you are saying, that President Akuffo...
No, you are making a value statement that something happened.
I am.
And you are not able to defend it that it happened.
When the police CID they work up to the Attorney General.
Yes,
in fact, until recently, I didn't know that when it comes to investigations, it is actually the Attorney General who has jurisdiction over CID, not the Interior Minister. Godfrey Dami cannot claim that he was not aware of it. What he is saying,
he's claiming so that he's not aware of it.
Then I'm asking Metro TV
to perhaps contact the Attorney General and tell him that the government minister says he is aware of the report.
That is why I'm saying that by implication, through inaction, that he was complicit in Galamsey. I'm not saying that he was involved in Galamsey.
This is shifting the goalposts. I'm
not, but I'm telling you that it also speaks to the lack of seriousness on the part of your government. The same party.
But that's shifting the goalposts.
I'm not shifting the goalposts.
You said there's a report they ignored. If they said they didn't see it, then they were complicit.
The charges.
What are you? Why are you picking and choosing?
Listen, I'm not picking and choosing.
It's clearly shifting the goalposts.
It is just that you are intentionally refusing to let me make my point.
Please make your point.
Because you know that I'm making the point.
Please make the point.
There are two things. You are president. A controversy ensues. Indeed, this is a controversy that the president publicly spoke to. He told us that the matter was being looked into. Who was looking into the matter? It's police CID.
Your point is, so Felix, your point is that
it's not only police CID who is looking into the matter. When the president says a matter is being looked at, it could be Yoko. It could be police CID.
Who looked into the matter?
It could be the committee from the Attorney General's office.
Who looked into the matter?
I don't know. You say that there's the CID report.
So you're saying that it is not possible for the CID to have looked into this matter without the Attorney General's department.
How is that possible?
Not knowing anything about it.
No, when the president
says...
Yes,
that's what he's trying to say. The Attorney General says that nothing of the sort came to his desk.
So
he must show it.
How do you explain it?
Explain what?
Especially when... If you let me land, I'm on the floor.
How do you know CID was working on something?
I'm not saying
I'm the one on the floor.
No, how do you know that CID was working on it?
Based on what he's saying. No, based on what he's saying.
It could have been Yoko. It could have been CID. There are many investigative authorities.
No, he mentioned CID.
He's not providing the evidence for that. He's not able to.
I'm taking it based on what he said.
What he said he's not able to provide evidence. When you ask him to shift the goalpost to dereliction of duty, he talks about a report that is available. That tells us there's no report. If you don't have a report, there's dereliction of duty.
The reason why,
and that you're complicit in Galamsey.
True inaction. You see, again, if you let me land, just hold your horses and let me land. Two issues have emerged.
Yes.
When the Akunta mining incident occurred, Moro, Paul, you know for a fact that President Akuffo publicly spoke to it. He was the one who told us that the matter is being looked into, right?
Yes.
You are saying that you don't know which specific agency. So
he didn't say. The president didn't say.
So who was looking into it then?
It could have been
I'm telling you that
you can now tell us. Yes, so you are now confirming.
No. Listen.
That is the CID.
It is the CID that looked into it.
Fair enough. And you said the report went to the Attorney General. The Attorney General says there's no such report.
Number two, when the CID finished, that report exists. The government didn't act. And it is not the first time. Professor Frimpong Boateng's report. Don't you know that it was concealed for several years after he had presented him to President Akuffo?
Who said that?
Professor Boateng himself said it.
He himself said it.
Okay.
So you believe Frimpong Boateng?
Oh, but why
Charles Bissiou, the secretary, says Frimpong Boateng's statement is not correct. Charles Bissiou, this week, he's the secretary to the committee. He says Frimpong Boateng's report is not correct.
Why should we take the secretary's word and leave the word of the chairperson, the person that the president himself
Charles says he did the report.
But Moro, why are you interrupting?
This Moro.
Professor Boateng, he was the environment minister. President Akuffo charged him directly to oversee the fight against Galamsey. The man compiles a report, presents it to the president, in which he names names. This report was concealed from you and I. It was not government that put it out. It was the media that leaked that report.
What's the consequence? The
consequence is that you have a history of concealing reports that indict your people. And I'm telling you that the CID, as far back as 2022, had this report. When the president said it was being looked into. It was the CID that was looking into it.
Okay, let's see what happens with the Joseph Yami report.
It doesn't matter.
And then we can. It
but
matters.
It matters.
No, because it's the same vein. And the civil society were concerned that at your press meeting, at your meeting with civil society,
it is not the problem.
was concerned.
He
called the elephant in the room. He said, "You, Felix, and the president have ignored the elephant in the room, which is Yami." That's what he said.
The elephant in the room was Akuffo and the MPP.
Akuffo and MPP are out of power.
But if you let me, lad, Paul, when you were speaking, I kept quiet for you. I disagree with your points.
Fair enough.
The elephant in the room
is Yamin.
Was that Akuffo and his party, the MPP, found Galamsey as a source of funding. So they were complicit and were not prepared to fight it. It is the reason why they were concealing every important report from the people of Ghana.
I think that's an interesting point.
It's an interesting point. Number two.
I thought I was going to say something.
Unlike you, President Mahama, nobody came to compel him to commission an investigation into Yamin and Abanga. You woke up one day and the Attorney General had instructed Yoko that based on the reports that he had received about the alleged involvement of these gentlemen in Galamsey, it should be looked into. In fact, he disclosed only last week that not only is Yoko acting on the reports that had initially been received, and that once they started, several other stakeholders had slapped in what they say is further evidence of the involvement of these gentlemen in Galamsey. And so the investigation has actually been brought in. When it is completed, he will present the report to President Mahama. And I can assure you that if such a report ever gets to President Mahama, it will not be concealed in the manner that President Akuffo did. So when I speak about feigned outreach, and the reason why the MPP needs to be dismissed when they purport to be concerned about Galamsey, these are the actions that we have factored into the analysis. They were never concerned. Listen, they were never concerned about Galamsey. For them, it was a means of enrichment. And I'm on record to have said, I said it on Newsfire, they play it again today, that there were greedy, money-loving men in that party who saw Galamsey as a source of quick wealth. And therefore, there was no commitment on the part of the president, his government, and the party. That has changed. I told you only a while ago, that's what President Mahama, he won't even allow an appointee of his to be involved in lawful mining, let alone illegal mining.
Have licenses been issued this year?
There are licenses that you issued last year.
Yes, have there been licenses issued this year?
Listen. What licenses did President Akuffo, President Mahama speak about? He spoke about licenses into forest reserves. When we came to power, sometime in 2024, you had issued a lease to a company to mine in a forest reserve. Once you issue the lease, there are consequential actions, such as an entry permit, which the Minerals Commission and the Forest Commission are obliged to give to the company that you had lawfully committed us to. Because if you don't do that, it's breach of contract. So there's no wrongdoing. By
so
completing,
have been issued this year by the John Mahama government.
Of course, but again, listen. Licenses are issued to lawful mining companies, not Galamsey. Galamsey don't require licenses.
So why is the Galamsey increasing?
Galamsey has not increased. I have given you empirical evidence. You are shooting off the hip.
The Chief Justice was wrong, right?
I beg you, please. Again, let me land. You see, the Chief Justice, the Cali Bishops Conference, civil society, they are all concerned about Galamsey. If there are a flurry of reports of river bodies turning murky, they reserve the right to express their concern. They may believe in the instant circumstance that there is an increase. But I have given you empirical evidence of the global picture of Galamsey as we inherited it and the gains made so far. So what any objective analyst does is to compare the facts as they exist now against what existed under the MPP and draw a conclusion. The conclusion is that there have been incremental gains, but it is not sufficient to overcome.
So the problem has not increased.
It has not increased.
The stability of the water has definitely increased.
You don't measure the incidence of Galamsey by just the stability of water. Because Galamsey doesn't take place only in riverine areas. It takes place in forest reserves.
So what do we do with the stability of the water going up? What do we do with that fact?
Relax. Paul, what is going to happen? And indeed, when the gentleman from the Water Resources Commission appeared last Friday on the CSO platform of the president, he gave you evidence that in areas where 9 months has intensified operations and is rounding up Galamsey and disrupting the activity, there is clear improvement in the stability levels, which then suggests that if they intensify it and reach every corner of this country where Galamsey is taking place, it is only a matter of time before the stability levels increase. But that is only one place where Galamsey is taking place. No. Listen. It is better than it was under you.
Okay.
But it is not at the level where we can be satisfied with. Right. No way.
Okay.
But I'm saying that you must also factor in the gains made in forest reserve, because that's also another area.
Okay.
There, under your government, Paul, bandits, terrorists held sway the government of Ghana was shut out of his own territory.
Okay.
Now we have repossessed those,
Okay.
and they cannot go back. That is clear, measurable improvement.
That has not been published by...
No, it has been published. Apparently, there's the Ashanti Caucus WhatsApp group.
Well,
and so
okay,
he sent an apology to that.
Well,
I don't know why
I heard it, and
he
I
didn't
think...
apologize publicly, but decided to do it on Ashanti.
Well, so I don't know whether we can even deal with it, because the person who said it has not said he's apologized.
Right.
Anyway, but it's a fair issue, and it's politics, you see. And Gabi said that the apology was not for something specific. Is that what happened? Is he referring to Dr. Bawumia's recent apology?
He didn't mention
or
it.
the earlier apologies that have been coming.
MPP elements.
Oh, MPP elements. Yes. Okay, but then when you see that, when you look at the poster they put, Dr. Bawumia was recently did mention some apologies. Yes. And I do not know whether there has been an apology in such macro terms. I think it's all specific, but I don't know. But if it's not specific, then I can now deal with it.
There's actually a video where Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia was apologizing generally.
Generally. So that's what he's referring to, that apologize for something specific, not general. Okay. Yeah. Now, it's politics, you see. This will not be the first time that any government that has left office has been told that apologize for the wrongs that you did. Because there have even been instances where some people have been in government towards elections and they have rendered apologies for things that have been done. So it's not really new to have politics and politicians being told that this one apology works. The critical thing is that he's right in saying the MPP should sort of champion what Akuffo achieved. Now, during the campaign, the MPP found themselves in a very difficult situation. And the verdict has been cast that the MPP PR machinery was terrible. They could not even promote what their government was doing, and that they had allowed Minister Felix Ofosu-Kwakye and Sami Gyamfi to run them routes on the PR corridors of media houses. I think I have a different view, and I expressed that view to some people at the time. You see, when you are running politics, you are supposed to deliver resources to people. There's a saying that self-preservation is first for every human being. And the Bible talks about 3 needs of human beings: food, clothing, and shelter. If you have a responsibility to deliver something to people and you do not deliver it, and you are telling them, pointing something else to them, it's always very difficult. So PR people, for the purpose of election and politicking, will gather on Sunday evening and discuss what are we doing for the week. Okay, so NDC gather on Sunday evening. What are we doing for the week? In June 2024, they have so much on their plate. It's very simple. MPP gather. What are we doing for the week? They come out, okay, so we're going to say about how many people have been previous teachers has appointed, so and so and so, and they have something to say. They have quite a lot to say, because Akuffo did a whole significant lot that we'll find out later, and I'll explain why we'll find out later. So MPP finished their meeting at 10 o'clock in the night. NDC finished their meeting at 10 o'clock in the night. They all go to their homes and wait for Monday morning. So NDC have deployed on Good Morning Ghana. MPP have deployed on Good Morning Ghana. Monday morning, 7:20, petrol prices have gone up. The MPP's case is dead. All the preparations they had on Sunday night is dead, practically dead. Because when I sit in my car, I'm going to work. I'm an MPP voter. I'm 27 years old. My father is MPP. My mother is MPP. My grandmother is MPP. I grew up in Ashtown. MPP is in my blood. But I'm 27 years old. I'm working for a bank. I live at Oyibi. And then I know on Friday that my weekly fuel is 500 cedis. Friday, I know that. So I've put my weekly fuel down. I'm very MPP. Then I sit in my car and National Petroleum Authority says petrol has gone up. What? What is this? What is happening? What is this? What is this MPP government doing? Akuffo Kwaya Breno, this and that. Then I tune my radio. And then Felix is on Joy. And he says, Evans, have you heard that petrol prices have gone up this morning? That is what happened. That is what happened. So it will take a while for people to now see. And Akuffo will not be the first person that this has happened to. It happened to Akroma. The events of the economic situation of the world from 1964, including Ghana's own situation, and when the coup occurred against Akroma and people were celebrating, it was about the price of milk, it was about the price of this, the price of that, prices have shot up. And so people always have that problem. So it's part of politics. So Akuffo will not be the first. Okay. But this is the context within which MPP needed to rot a successful PR campaign, it was going to be nearly impossible. And I was just telling some young people yesterday, actually, that when we go to elections and somebody wins, it's not always that they run a better campaign. From sitting where I sit, in terms of my experience as a news reporter, I can clearly tell you that the 2000 campaign that was run by Professor Mills was better than the one that was run by Akuffo. Why? How is it better? Campaign coordination, how many places they visited, the information they have on the voter. It was better. Sometimes it has to be fueled by money. In those days, only government parties have money. Now we see that when there's campaign, both government and opposition have money, and I'm very excited about that. That used to be what they do in England, and we're hoping it comes to Ghana. Now it has come to Ghana. 2008, I was close to the Akuffo campaign, and I believe that the Akuffo campaign of 2008 was a much better, sophisticated campaign than the Professor Mills one. Indeed, at the time Professor Mills had won the election, or at the time the results had gone into a second round, some of the Mills people did not even know that they didn't have the mechanism to find out that, and it was just the brevity of a few of them at the Electoral Commission, and I was there, Victor Smith, Rojo Metilnunu, Haruna Drisu, and others, who just had to showboat, and then the second round was pushed through, because NDC did not really have.
We and some of the Timiko channel so. Mamma so Jim Wahada Sene say Obadi and the Dumbi Eromania. Onia, the Besamba room na Asumo Yipa.